on, guys? It's Tony, Urban Girl Scout Media. Welcome to the latest and greatest episode of Living the Dream. If you follow the Facebook page, you know that this is the 200th video that I've gotten to put up or post online or whatever. And I just thought it would be fun to come out here to the lake where a lot of my shenanigans and debauchery, if you will, is taking place. I really don't have much other than just to say thank you so much for helping get to 200 videos. That's pretty awesome. I'm going to move a little bit because I feel like the sun might be right in your eyes. And why not just, roll around a bit and I'll talk to you guys about what's on my mind and things like that. But yeah, that was the main point of coming out here. Was I just thought it would be a cool place to kind of take it back. You know what I mean? Take it back to the lake. Place where all the dreams began. So, but shit, what's going on? So, what's going on with me? What's new this week? Well, got some fun stuff ahead for today's episode. We're gonna jump back into the epic fantasy. I'm looking forward to that. Someone over there, they're probably gonna think I'm crazy talking to myself. I'm looking forward to this part. So we'll jump into that. A little bit longer of a piece there. I kind of like doing the Wish app review, so I thought I'd bring that back for another round. We'll do something besides stickers, but do have to warn you guys, I did get some pretty cool stickers in the mail from the Wish app, and some other stuff that I was looking at. So if there is something that you want to help us review, maybe reach out and maybe we can review that product for you, open it, and send it back. So we have that, and then I'm gonna do a video game review on something called Unreal Tournament for PlayStation 2. Something played way back in the PS2 2000 days, brother. So that'll be pretty fun. And yeah, let's go from there. And then of course we had Magic 20 come out, the newest course set. So I thought it was pretty cool. I talked about it in the last episode, and it's actually been really fun to play with on Arena. One of the things that I really like is the fact that goblins are back, so, shocker there. But some of the multicolored legends that they've produced, it just feels really cool right now. It's a really interesting time. I thought they hit it out of the park. The one thing that upset me is the lands, and I don't think I'll get over that anytime soon. Because the Temple Skylands are not terrible, but would have rather have had something else. So I don't know what that was over there. Make sure you watch Living the Dream. So I've been reading more. Been reading these books by Richard Moorcock, and they're called The Tales of Quorum. Pretty good series. Kind of inspired me a little bit in my own epic fantasy series that I feel like I probably need to rename at some point. And then been reading some X-Men comics, which I don't know what the hell that was, but I just hit something. Good grief. That was not... I think I hit a fish. I'm not 100% sure. If it's accidental, do I have to exchange insurance information? Or, if I leave right now, is it a hit and run? Sorry, buddy. I hit something. I saw it swim away. It was either a fish or... maybe it was one of those sticks that comes alive and swims off real fast. Who knows? We're going to talk about the third Sunday market in Bloomington. Sorry if I look like a jackass with my eyes squinting. The sun's setting and finding a good spot to sit is not going to happen. I kind of like being out moving. But we'll talk about the third Sunday market a bit. I have a little bit of a rant on that. It was fun. It was really fun. Some really cool stuff. Just had a really good time, spent it with some great people. Can't wait to discuss that. That'll be pretty cool. Am I too high up on the food chain to be grossed out and kind of tripped out by fish? Well, I hope you guys are ready for today's show. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and let's have a great time. Like I said, we got some video game stuff, we got some Third Sunday Market, we got some Wish app, we got some comic stuff to do. Let's have fun, and let's kick it inside to the studio because it's getting a little warm out here. if you were following our Facebook page on the third Sunday of this month, you saw that we went to something called the Third Sunday Market in Bloomington, Illinois. It is a giant flea market, and I happen to love these kinds of things. I love going to flea markets. I love going to resale shops, game stores. All those things are really fun. You never know when you're going to find a treasure. So I do have some pictures. I do have some fun stuff there. And I have 2 items that I'm going to show you when we come back from some of the fun clips that we've got. And then I've got 2 things I'm going to complain about here when we're ready to wrap this segment up. So first off, let me show you some of the pictures and some of the fun from the experience we had. Respect child labor laws. Oh, it's fucking hot, guys. Been walking. It's pretty warm. Keep moving. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, I gotta poop. I'm gonna have to poop soon. What? I'm gonna have to poop soon. Yeah, it was hot. I had to poop. It was something else. But enough waiting. I know what you're waiting for. There's 2 things you're waiting for. You want to know what it is that we got. Well, I put the pictures up of these on Facebook, but on the Facebook page. Let's go ahead and show you. First off, I'm going to go ahead and show you this bad boy. This is a Space Jam Michael Jordan triple play sports figurine setup. You see we got MJ golfing, playing some ball, playing some baseball, playing some basketball. A little bit of damage here, and you know, if you listen, the ball's a little loose. But yeah, that was a deal I wasn't passing up. So love it. I think it was $15, which, you know, you could say it might be a little much, but it's just gonna sit on the shelf here, just like that. I don't know if you can actually see it, so it is what it is. Next, so I've been looking for something that I could use to hold a video game controller for a while, and you look online, there's Crash Bandicoot and there's Mario statues, and it's just, they look expensive online, but sometimes when you go to the flea markets, you're able to find something that's just cool enough to get you there. So, and you hopefully you see Yoshi here on the side. There's some batteries that go into it where he's supposed to talk, some sort, when you push his shell, but haven't gotten that far yet. A little bit of paint, a little bit of cleaning up to do, and then this bad boy will be ready to go. So yeah, there you go. That was like 30, 35. So been looking for some stuff for the channel for a while, and definitely wasn't going to pass up those 2 pieces of item there. So now I want to talk about something that really frustrated me. Man, you guys gotta come and take a shower if you're gonna go to these things. Like, take a shower, wear some deodorant, and then if you get sweaty from there, that's fine. But there were some people who just stunk. So that really started getting on my nerves, and it was hot, so that could have been a piece of it. But, you know, maybe they did shower. I have no way to prove it either way, but that's just the truth. And then the other thing is, you know, if you're going to be someone that's going to sell stuff at a flea market, don't bring your trash, man. Like, don't bring actual legitimate trash. Don't bring stuff that could be thrown away and no one's going to even salvage. That's just a waste of time, and it makes your better merchandise look that much less enticing. So there you go. Third Sunday Market, Bloomington, Illinois, was an absolute blast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little segment. We did get some other cool stuff, action figure, of course. There's a group there selling magic cards and whatnot. So we bought a few packs, and yeah, so that's about it. Let's just keep this show rolling. We're having too much fun, right? It's time for another game review. This time we're going to talk about Unreal Tournament. It is a first-person shooter game released in October of 2000. It was put on the PlayStation 2, the Dreamcast, and various PC platforms. It did win a lot of awards on the PC and was considered an above-average game on the PS2. Dreamcast was kind of somewhere in the middle, so overall it looks like its scores ranked from an 8 out of 10 and up. So however you want to look at that. The game itself, let's talk about it. The story is that you are competing in a series of different types of fights. Death fights, if you will. And you need to work through several different, they're called ladders, which is just different types of fights and fighting your way up those ladders. So the story or game mode has 5 of them. You have Deathmatch, which is just you versus a number of opponents using the weapons that the game provides you to fight to a certain total of points. Domination is a team-based 3 versus 3, capturing certain areas for points. Capture the flag, pretty straightforward. Assault is you are the attacker on one phase and then the defender on the other of a base, and you basically go at it from there. It is based on time, I guess would be how I describe it, on how they determine the winner, who gets the opposition's base first. And then there's a specialty, which it's going to be one-offs against special characters, or they're called mutators, which are just changes to the basic game. So when I said that the game story is that you fight in this tournament, that is about the extent of the story. There is not much else in the game about a story mode. Depending upon your stance on first-person shooter games, they kind of have that Call of Duty feel where you're killing for points. You may or may not care. However, looking at what the main story does offer, once you unlock a level in any of those ladders I described, you are able to play it outside of the main game with different characters, difficulty, time limits, bots, point requirements to win, essentially allowing you to replay as you wish over and over. So it does offer a little bit of a unique perspective. But before you get too excited, let me put this out there for you. From what I can gather, there's actually no difference between the characters in this game. They'll give you a nice little list of characters you can unlock, and it is cool. You do get some pretty cool looking guys, but when you're in game, there's actually no difference between them. And to be completely honest, telling the difference between them while in game is tough because of the speed of the game. You generally can only tell based on if they're wearing red or blue, depending upon the format you're fighting in. Let's skip over, though, and let's go to the weapons, which is where I feel this game truly took the next step and did great. You start with the super weak set of weapons for when you respawn, or when you... I guess I skipped over that when you die, you respawn, so this is a good time to bring that up, of course. This is not a professional broadcast by any means, but these weapons are the Enforcer, which is like their basic automatic rifle, the Impact Hammer, which is a nail gun, and a chainsaw. But I'm telling you, if you move your ass and you search the area, you can find any of the game's weapons, and that includes the shock rifle, which is like their shotgun, a pulse cell kind of machine gun, a mini machine gun of its own, a rocket launcher, a biosludge gun, which was kind of weird, some sort of atomic bomb launcher, and then my personal favorite of all the weapons is the Ripper. This bastard shoots out blades that are spinning and bouncing off the walls. Excuse me. So I thought that was really cool. All the weapons have a primary and secondary shooting option, so you do have that as well. Controls, this is where it's going to come down. It's going to start getting to your preference. I don't like to change the original layout of the game controls unless I have to, and this game pushed me to that limit. But once I figured out what the hell I was doing, it was great. The only knock I have is the ability to turn in a 360-degree circle. It's a little tough. It's not very fast compared to games you could play of the time or even now. And I guess if I had to choose a second knock, so I do have 2 knocks, the aiming is tough. So they do have an auto assist where sometimes it'll guide where you're firing, but the aiming is not easy in this game. I think about games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, where, it's one of my favorite games of all time, and moving around and aiming is a lot easier than in this. Graphics were really good in this game when comparing to them at the time. That's all I care to say about that. So let's bring this bad boy home, and let's give you the lowdown dirty scoop on what I think about this game. When this game came out back in the day, I'm gonna give my personal piece now. When this game came out back in the day, I loved it. If you've heard some of my rants about video games, I generally don't buy new games. This was a game that I actually was into when it first came out. And even playing this game now with all the comparably better graphic and engine games available, I'm still very happy and entertained. Is there things that could be better? Of course. Some sort of cross-ladder level craziness where the levels that you unlock under certain ladders can only be used in that. That's it. So that would have been pretty solid. And my personal favorite match type or ladder type was the Assault. I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So I would have liked to have seen more Assault levels. But in terms of games from this time and holding up to the test of time, I have to admit I was really impressed with this game. And even so playing it again. So I'm going to give this game an interesting and a high rating of 4 out of 5 stars. The very few things that hurts this game, they do not do it enough to enjoy or to ruin it as an enjoyable experience. The controls are really my only frustrations. The character defect where, it's all just the same, whatever, we'll get past that. But honestly, if you own a PS2, a Dreamcast, or a PC, or if you have the chance to play this or any of the other titles, I would give it a shot. It's not, I do believe some of the older, or not older, but some of the newer versions of this game that came out, you have the ability to get online. But I really, in the PC version, obviously, but I like the bot version. I like just being able to kick it on and be able to play as I wish within just a minute or two. So that's it for Unreal Tournament. Hopefully this video review here just inspires you guys to go out and play it. You can honestly find it for under $5 right now on PlayStation 2. Don't know the price for Dreamcast or PCs, but hopefully you guys are just jonesing for this episode to be over so you can go check it out.
Hey, guy. Hey, trying to go to the bathroom. Leave me alone, guy.
What's going on? Let's do another review of some Wish App stuff. And start with this guy.
This is a keychain of a skeleton on a toilet smoking a cigarette. I think I broke this off. A little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's too big for a keychain, right? I mean, a couple digits. Alright. What else we got on this edition? Well, how about a Hey Arnold pin? Now this is pretty small, but still pretty cool. I took the back off. It does come with that in case you're curious. And then last but not least on this edition, something I was really excited for. See if I can make a shadow of it so it scares you a bit. What is it? What is it? Check this out. Now this isn't nearly as big as it's gonna look. Actually, that is pretty big. Giggity. I'm gonna pick the camera up here and we're gonna go rogue. Zoom out a bit. So yeah, check this guy out. Power-up flower from Super Mario Brothers. As you can see there, it's intended to be a hanging ornament of some type. So yeah, Good stuff.